Wednesday, April 15, 2026. Thanks for being here. We are starting with the latest headlines and a few quick curiosities. Quantum computing, a tech race Europe could win? In more detail, with some promising computing companies in the field, could Europe be a leader in quantum tech? Samsung's new micro RGB TVs start at $1,600 for a 55-inch model. Here is the detail behind it. These 4K sets feature the company's micro RGB display technology, which uses thousands of little red, green, and blue LEDs to minimize color bleed and enable expanded color with pinpoint accuracy. The display is assisted by a new AI processor that has been specifically designed to calibrate the picture to bring out all of that gorgeous color. They can also all access Samsung's Art Store, which is a platform that originally launched alongside the company's The Frame display. In a big reversal, Zoran Mamdani tells NYC agencies they can use TikTok. In the latest development, the city will allow agencies to return to TikTok, but with strict new device and security rules. CBP facility codes sure seem to have leaked via online flashcards. Here is the detail behind it. The Quizlet flashcards, which Wired found through basic Google searches, seem to include sensitive information about gate security at customs and border protection locations. Retro Rewind recreates the glorious drudgery of working a 90s video store. In more detail, what the nostalgic throwback lacks in complexity it makes up for in repetitive charm. As internet blackout hits day 45, Iranians bemoan state hypocrisy and economic risks. According to the report, Iranians enduring the latest communications shutdown warn that it's crippling businesses. Critics say officials flagrantly use the internet they block citizens from. More than 200 Iranian sailors stranded after U.S. torpedo attack return home. According to the report, the survivors of the U.S. attack on Iranian vessel Iris Dina, which claimed the lives of 104 people, were among those repatriated. Labor wants to shake up the police, but will that solve everyday crime epidemic? The report says that the Home Secretary is promising the biggest policing reform in centuries, but she faces a fight, writes Laura Quensberg. Hungary's populist paradox. According to the report, we look at what Viktor Orban's defeat tells us about a model of government in which politics are more important than the economy. Sarwar puts NHS at heart of Scottish Labour's election pitch. The report says that the party has announced its plans for health, education, and taxation ahead of next month's Holyrood election. The Venezuela model. Here is the broader picture. President Trump calls the removal of Nicolas Maduro the perfect scenario. But not everything is going right for the U.S. in Venezuela. Lib Dems call for inquiry into Farage Bitcoin deal. In the latest development, the Reform UK leader is a shareholder in British Bitcoin company Stack and appeared in a promotional video. No peace. Nearly a year after her son's death, she learned that ICE was responsible. According to the report, Ruben Ray Martinez is considered the first person to be killed by ICE during President Trump's second term. His mother believes his death could have been avoided. Meghan to appear as guest judge on MasterChef Australia. Here is the broader picture. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are on a 4-day visit to Australia, their first since 2018. Total Wireless promo codes and deals, 50% off select plans. In more detail, find great deals for Total Wireless, like 50% off select plans, and enjoy big savings. Anthropic co-founder confirms the company briefed the Trump administration on Mythos. In more detail, in an interview at the Semaphore World Economy Summit this week, Anthropic co-founder Jack Clark explained why the company was still engaged with the U.S. government while simultaneously suing them. Tax season was supposed to bring big refunds. So far they're less than expected. Here is a little more context. The average refund so far is $350 more than last year at this time, despite projections that it would be closer to $1,000 due to Republican-led tax changes as part of the Big Beautiful Bill Act. The most wired watches at Watches and Wonders 2026. Here is the detail behind it. Forget worldly woes for a few minutes and gawk at these spectacular and mind-bogglingly spendy timepieces we saw in Geneva. 2-year-old Surface PCs get $300 price hikes as sub-$1000 models go away. In more detail, paying more for the same stuff is the story of consumer technology in 2026. Is the Trump-Starmer bromance over? In the latest development, the disintegration of the pair's friendship has benefits, and the PM is getting steadily more comfortable at taking advantage. Meta pulls Facebook ads recruiting for social media addiction lawsuits. The report adds that the Facebook owner recently lost a landmark social media addiction trial in California. New women's health plan launched to tackle culture of sexism in the NHS. Here is a little more context. New plans to improve healthcare for women and girls have been set out, but will they change anything? Mark Carney seals a majority government and remakes Canada's Liberal Party. According to the report, the rising star in global centrist politics has secured a majority in the Canadian Parliament. Critics are crying foul. Messy and unpredictable, what I learned from election tour of the UK. Here is what is being reported. BBC Radio 5 Live's Matt Chorley talks to voters in England, Scotland, and Wales to get the real story on May's elections. The Artemis II astronauts are back after a 10-day journey around the moon. Here is the detail behind it. It signals the conclusion of Artemis II's 10-day journey around the moon, which is meant to be a test flight for a future mission that would bring humanity back to the lunar surface. NASA's engineers conducted several tests while the capsule was in the water before the recovery team headed to the capsule on inflatable boats to extract the crew from Orion. pic.twitter.com 1YJGHEOYL, NASA, at NASA, April 11, 2026. More details are available on the website. We will be back with more